Hello, beautiful people. This is episode, I think, 12, 13. I'm not even sure which one, but, excuse me, I'm over here burping in y'all's ear and stuff. My apologies. So, we got a fun, packed, full episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about, first of all, how are y'all doing? How is y'all? How y'all feeling? This is like a late night episode. It's almost 3 in the morning. I just wake up at this time. I woke up and I'm like, okay, well, I'm awake. I ain't going back to sleep, so I might as well, you know, create. That was my initial thought. I was like, let me create something. Let me create. So I hope y'all are doing well. I hope throughout this year that you guys learned a lot about yourselves. I hope that through this episode you learn a lot about yourself. And let's get started. Good Time Studio Podcast. Let's go. So, I've been learning a lot about myself as of lately. And this is a really important episode because I wanted this episode to be about mental health in a way. I talk about mental health a little bit, a lot of it, because of how important it is and how it's kind of a brushed off topic. But your physical health is really important, super important, because it ties together into the mental health, right? But without mental health, it's game over. You're done. You're cooked. And that's not what I want for my viewers of my videos of the Good Time Studio podcast. So I think it's crucial. You have to have that internal thermometer to know, like, okay, we need more of this, we need less of this, we need no more of this ever again. You gotta know yourself, love yourself, and really, a lot of people don't know. They don't know, like, the same thing that they are just continuing to do is the same thing that is taking years off their life. And that's sad, man. That's unfortunate. I think a lot of people are just kind of like roboting through life. And it's nothing really against those people. It's just, I encourage you to do a little more. Do a little bit more for yourself, because nobody else is going to do that for you. Nobody's going to reach for that better life for you. And I learned so much. I learned so much in the years that I have been alive that, I learned so much. Feel a little scratchy. Let me give me something to drink here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight? So, it's, like I said, it's crucial to have good mental health. Sometimes people, they don't even notice. They don't even notice how much that they are attributing to the things that they say that they don't like. Like using your words. If you're always saying, oh man, I always mess up at this part. Like, your words are so powerful. They create reality around you. Why would you want to create a reality where things are hard for yourself by saying things are hard for yourself? And even thinking that. You had to have the thought before you said it. So what you think creates, you create a reality and you create a personality around that. I don't think people are aware and are as cognizant enough to really truly understand that. So just watch what you say, watch the words you use, watch the people that you're around, and watch the things you intake, the music, the videos, the podcasts. Make sure that they're all aligned with what you want for yourself going forward, because you're planting the seeds that you're going to harvest in the next months coming forward, in the next years going forward, in the next going forward, because a lot of people think, oh, that's what they did right now to get. That's what they did right now to get what they have right now. No, it's a conglomerate of combined effects, combined actions that you've been doing to get what you've been getting. So, if you go to the gym, it's going to take a little bit of time and effort for you to actually see that muscle growing. And if you like, even with bad things, you know what I mean? Like, of course, everyone as a kid, they're able to, they're able to be Superman, and they're able to drink a whole lot, and they're able to intake a lot of different substances with, it seems like, no effect, right? It's not bad to them. But over time, though, if you've been doing that for a long time, that's when you start seeing the effects. Time is the real test of whether something is good for you or not. That's something that I've learned. That's something that I've learned through the trials and tribulation of life. I'm a student to life. I'm still learning. So when it comes to learning, it's like more about learning yourself. You got to learn what works best for you and not get frustrated when it works. When one thing works good for one person and it doesn't work this exact same way for another person, because each person's journey is unique to them. Because each person is going to have a unique set of traits, abilities, and I don't want to say weaknesses, because we can kind of work on the things that we're not as good at. But yeah, for lack of a better term, that everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. So learning yourself and knowing where you're strong at and knowing where you're weak at, it's a powerful thing, because you can choose and pick which you can pick and choose which things and endeavors that you want to continue on due to your strengths and weaknesses. But if you don't know your strengths and weaknesses at all, if you just look at every single task the same, it might cause resistance along the way, because you didn't take the time to learn yourself. You didn't take the time to learn that maybe it's not physical activity that is best for you. Maybe it's mental activity, maybe it's creativity, maybe it's imagination, maybe it's building, maybe it's it's different for everyone. Like I said, everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm looking over here at my cue card here, making sure I'm hitting all the points I need to. Oh yeah, and reflection. I've been taking a lot of time to just reflect and just see, like, okay, if I don't like where I'm at, I don't like where the way that my life is going, I'm taking complete and wholehearted responsibility for that, because I am the one who was, like I said earlier, planting the seeds. I planted those seeds, and now that I've seen them sprout up, and I'm seeing them not have the fruits that I planned on getting, I can only plant the seeds that I actually do have a want for, a desire to have, because it makes zero sense to go out to an apple tree and be like, yo, I wanted oranges. Why? And then scream at the tree like, why are you not oranges? Why are you not oranges? Be a banana tree. Be a banana tree. Be a banana tree. Now, I said earlier that you can use your words to sculpt your reality, but not in that way. It doesn't work in that manner. The seed will proceed to be what it's meant to be. That's a quote for y'all. The seed will proceed what it's meant to be. So if y'all like bananas and oranges, y'all need to plant banana and orange trees at your house. Cultivate that and water those. Water those. You can't just plant the seed and leave it there and hope that it's gonna do its thing. There's other aspects to it. You gotta water it, nurture it, and make sure it's all good. And then also you gotta let nature do its thing. Excuse me. And been taking some time to connect with God and talk with him and ask him for his opinion. Been very surprised at what he's been telling me, because like I said, I'm just surprised at what he's been telling me. I thought that I was supposed to help everyone. Now, I'm not giving up on helping. Excuse me. I'm not giving up on helping everyone that I come in contact with, and everyone that I come in contact with, leaving a better impression. And I hope that everyone that I come in contact with leaves a slightly better person than they were when they first met me. But through deep meditation and talking with God, God told me that you're only supposed to reach the people that you're supposed to reach. And that was a tough pill to swallow, because I was like, dude, I want to help everybody. There's so many people, everyone. Everyone must be for me. And that's just not the case. You ever just go up to somebody and try to be nice to them, give them a compliment, you know what I mean, befriend them, and they're just like, they just give you this nasty look, nasty energy. They don't accept it. They don't take it in. That's just a sign that that's not your person. Not everybody is acceptable to positivity. Their energy just doesn't match with that. And I had to accept that. I had to accept sometimes whenever my energies didn't match with the people that I was aware of. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. But it was a strong lesson. It was a strong lesson. It was worth learning too, because you can learn to accept rejection a lot better, and that's an important part of life. Not everything is going to be for you, and if you accept that a lot faster, you can get a lot more done. You can just get a lot more done. So, oh yeah, and another thing I've been practicing is just being grateful. So, there's a couple levels for me to being grateful. There's being grateful for the things around me, being grateful for all the things around me and the resources and the power that they have. Like, I can be grateful for this platform. I can be grateful for this phone right here. I could be grateful for grateful for my clothes. I can be grateful for this hat. I can be grateful for all of the physical things. But then there's nothing wrong with that. God will grant you more things if you are grateful for the things that He has already gifted you. That's what I believe. But what about the things that you can't see, like your health? You can't measure health. Now, we pay these doctors a lot of money, and if you're a doctor, I love you, man. You know, much love to you. But in my opinion, it's kind of hard to actually pinpoint and accurately tell whether somebody is healthy or not. Like that's just we're not gonna get into that right now. We're not gonna get too deep into that right now. But like a doctor could tell you, oh yeah, you're perfectly fine, you're perfectly healthy, and you could just drop dead. I thought he was healthy. Well, health is a really hard thing to measure, but it's also a good thing to be grateful for. Excuse me. It's also a great thing to be grateful for because a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have the ability to get up and go walking and get up and go to the gym, get up and better themselves, get up, and a lot of people don't have that even mental ability to do all of these things. So it's really, really important that you guys are being grateful and being grateful for like not only the physical things, but being physical for life. Life is not something that, I mean, yeah, you can measure how old somebody is, but you can't really measure life. You don't know when somebody is going to leave this earth. So I think that's the point I was trying to get across. You can't really measure yeah, you can't measure that. So that's why I feel like there's levels to the being grateful. So if you want to be grateful for your health, you want to be grateful to be alive, you want to be grateful to be who you are, you can't always just look at that. Yet I feel like that's an important thing to be grateful for because life is not promised. Waking up is not promised. None of those things are promised. So, excuse me. So being grateful for those things that you can't see are as well. Having faith as well. Those things are extremely, extremely like, they're a good thing to be grateful for. Definitely. So, yeah, I think developing that gratitude will change your energy and practicing it. It's not just a one-time thing. Because if you woke up today and you woke up every day this week, you have life every single day this week to be grateful for. And each day this week you have other things that you can be grateful for. So I've been, making a list of things that I'm grateful for whenever I can think of it and just writing it down, just making even a mental list of it and just, taking time and just saying thank you. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful for my house. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my podcast. I'm grateful for the ability to put it out there to help other people. That's a beautiful thing. So I kind of had to back to my relationship with God. It's kind of deep. I didn't think He was gonna tell me that I don't need to worry about other people because I thought the mission was to help other people, and He told me that it is, but it's to help your people. It's not your job to convert people to like you. It's not your job to convert people to be your people. Some people are just not going to be for you, and you have to accept that. The faster that you accept that, the faster that you can get on the road, the faster that you can make progress, the faster that you can actually see progression, the faster that you can actually see the important things, because there's like an illusion set up by all different people, everybody else's energies. But you have to be willing to ignore that. You have to be willing to see, like, that's not the important part. And even parts, there's also illusions within ourselves, things that we see in ourselves, things that we tell ourselves that are not true, that we have to know, man, that's not true. That's not true. Snap out of it and just kind of know, no, that's not true. And stay positive. Stay telling yourself positive things so that you can build a positive lifestyle and build positive things around you. Because like I said, what you think, what you say, it builds the life and reality that you have around you. So we're not even going to repeat ourselves. Like I said, you got to just keep good people who say good things about themselves and say good things about you around you. Very important. Extremely important. Detrimental. Super crucial. So, let's see what else we got here. Then also you got to learn your true self. Learn your true self, and that'll change. So don't be too stuck on a certain identity of who you think you are, because as you change, as you grow, some things may be attractive to you that have never been attractive to you. Like, never been attractive to you. Ever, ever, ever. And you're thinking, like, who is this person? Well, you may have evolved. You may have evolved. You started off as a Charmander, and now you are Charmeleon or Charizard. If y'all know Pokemon, that was a Pokemon reference. So the Charizard is not going to be doing the I forgot the Charmeleon moves. You know what I mean? Especially, he's definitely not going to be doing the Charmander, the level 1 version. The level 3 version is not going to be doing the level 1 moves. It's just not. It's not. It's just completely not. So the faster you accept that, the faster you're going to be kind of not all stuck up into the details and being like, man, I miss doing that move. Dude, it's not even in your move list anymore. It's not even in your move list anymore. So don't even get stuck up on it. There's way bigger and better moves for you to be having and doing, so that you can actually evolve past and become the legendary Pokemon. So I think faith has a lot to do with the progress that you have in your mental health journey if you decide to embark on that. Because God can help you with things that you can't handle by yourself. And that was a deep thing that I had to struggle with for a little while, and then finally just surrender and just say, you know what? There is both hands up. I surrender. This might be one of those things, God, that I cannot just handle by myself. And a lot of people are just so prideful. But hey, man, you don't have to do that in front of everybody. Whenever you're alone and that door is closed and it's only you, That's whenever you have the best connection with God, anyways. So, everybody's, you don't have to be scared of your own shadow. That's another thing. A lot of people will battle with their own self, battle with their old self, battle with insecurities, battle with a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, I think having faith and having that connection with God, He will tell you and remind you of different things that you need to stay focused on. And He will also remind you that you don't need to worry. That the things that you feel like you cannot handle, that's confirmation. Oh, there it goes again. The things that you think that you need to worry about, you most likely don't need to worry about. Don't worry about the things and times that you tripped up, all the times that you think that it was a mistake. Because half the times it may have been a mistake, right? But half the times we think a mistake happened, it wasn't a mistake. It was just a moment where we needed to triumph against the hardships that we were going against, and that we could look back on at a further level, reflecting and fully taking in and understanding, oh man, if I did take that offer, that would have really messed me up. It really, really set me back. It would have really wasted my time and energy. So I'm glad I didn't do those things that I was thinking about doing, that I thought, oh man, I missed out on that. There's a reason why you missed out on that. Your intuition was telling you that you need to miss out on that. That your intuition was letting you know that you need to miss out on that. Not everything is for you. Just like not everybody is for you, not everything is for you. Think about it. There's so many things in this world. How could you get to everything? How? How could you? There's too many. Even if you set out to, I'm experience everything in the world, I don't know if you could. The world, it's a big place. Now, I'm not saying that you can't, but the point I'm trying to make is what's for you is for you, and nobody can take that from you. Having that deepness and knowing and knowledge that not everything's going to be for you is going to help you get a lot further, a lot faster. And you got to, and these are some deep topics that you got to accept it. You got to truly accept it, or else they're going to come back up. They're going to arise again in another way until you fully understand and get them. They're going to manifest in another way. And another thing that I've learned is that if you like let other people get to you, they will. If you let them get to you, they will. Because not everybody's on a mission like you. Not everybody's a truth seeker like you. Not everybody's on the journey like you. Some people are just doing stuff to do it out of instinct, like a dog that's barking at you. They can't help themselves. It's just like what Jesus said, forgive them, Father, because what does he say? Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. They don't know what they're doing. But you know what? He was on a high vibration enough to understand that they were on a lower vibration and they couldn't understand him, and they were mean to him, and they were spitting in his face, and they were making fun of him and trying to, down him. But the wisdom and his knowledge allowed him to persevere beyond that, much, much further beyond what anybody else could say, do, and act like towards him. And I feel like that's a very, very quality, quality trait that I think mostly everybody can learn from. Because no matter who you are, there's going to be somebody who's going to be trying to mess with you. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. The reason that they're going to mess with you is because they're not right with themselves. They feel bad about something deep that they probably missed out on an opportunity. And they know they did. And they know it's their fault. And they don't want to accept it. So what do? They go to somebody who believes in themselves. Go to somebody who loves themselves. They go to somebody who has a deeper purpose. And they try to knock them off their path. But Trav, that's so evil. That's so dark. Why would they do that? That's all they can do. They're not gonna learn. They're not going to better themselves to the point where they can actually take advantage of the gifts and the blessings that God has put for them. So the next best thing is to make sure that they pull you down. And remember what I said, forgive them because they don't know any better. They don't know any better. It's out of instinct. It's not as deep as you think. It's not like, sometimes people will think that way, but even if they are thinking like, I'm gonna tear them down because I don't want them to think that. I don't want them to think that they can do those things. Now, some people are like that, but check this out. They won't last. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Y'all ever heard that before? Once you walk out with that true faith and that armor of God, nothing can penetrate it. So that's why it's so important to have that deep relationship with God, because like I said, he's going to be able to take care of all the things that you can't. All the things that you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle this. Well, God can. So don't even trip. I think we're getting to all the points that I wanted to get to here. And don't forget that God is there. Sometimes I just be going through life because life is so distracting sometimes, and I just be like, man, this kind of sucks. Honestly, I'm Mr. Positive all the time, but this sucks. How do I even get through this? And then I think, oh, you know what? God did tell me that there were going to be some periods and points, a lot of dips and valleys that I was going to have to go through. This is that moment that he was telling me about, that I'm going to have to be strong and connect with him and lean on him whenever I feel weak, whenever I feel like I'm not it. Even though I am, I know I am. You have to know. It's not believing in God. You got to know God. There's another scripture. I don't know why I'm getting so religious on this one. There's another scripture that says, I don't know the exact one, but the exact wording, but he said, they never knew me. They said, why God have you forsaken me? But he said that you never knew me. You never knew me in the first place. Yeah, have y'all ever had like those people that just kind of like, that they some people are actually friendly, and they'll bro you before they know you, and it's a good energy. But then you can tell when somebody's trying to bro you before they know you to get over on you. And that's pretty much what God is saying. He's like, dude, you don't even make the effort to like ask me what I like. Ask me what I'm into. Ask me like my mannerisms. And that's what God is saying. Like, just take some time. Our most valuable asset here, and invest it into learning about me. Invest it into learning about the broader horizons, learning about abundance, learning that you are also abundant, learning that it is your birthright to be abundant, learning all of those things. But these are things that you could never understand if you were just going through life without searching for a deeper purpose, trying to numb yourself on substances to make the truth go away. The truth isn't gonna go away. Like I was trying to explain, these are gonna be a lot easier. It's gonna be a lot better if you just accept the truth and fall in love with it. Accept the truth and like it. You don't gotta like it immediately, because a lot of times I'm looking at the whole map, and I'm like, oh man, this is jacked up. And a lot of it is, right? But there's still like hope. There's still a lot of things that we can learn. There's still a lot of opportunity for us. You just have to have the eyesight to see it. You have to have the eyesight to see it. It's like you guys got bad eyes, but you never wear your glasses. You're not going to be able to see the fine details, the fine print. You know what I mean? So, I think I'm hitting on everything that I wanted to speak on. Let me just make sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a big one. Continue to think positive and setting your personal boundaries. So, like, check this out. If somebody is going against what you know is right for yourself, right? If they're going against that, you need to stop them immediately. It doesn't matter who they are. If they're your mom, your dad, it doesn't matter. You need to articulate it in the most respectful manner, but in a godly manner, and explain to them, we don't do that. We're not doing that. We're not going to act like I'm not who I am. I may not have the evidence. I may not have the receipts in my hand. But I got the receipts in my spirit. I got the receipts in my knowledge to know that I am great, I am beautiful, I am abundant, I am worthy. And I'm not going to accept anybody who's going to tell me anything different. You have to know that in your spirit. And you have to be willing to express that. And you have to stop them right in their tracks the second that they try to act like you're not it. I'm serious about that. Because there's a lot of people, they will try to break you down. They will try to pull you down because they never made nothing out of themselves. They're mad. They wasted all their time. It's okay to, like, every once in a while, just take it easy. But they wasted all of their time, all of the most valuable time. And they want you to do the same. So that's why they're trying to break you down, break your spirit, and you need to let them know immediately. Maybe even look them in the eyes like I'm looking y'all and tell them, it doesn't matter what you say to me. I know my worth, and I know that I'm going to be doing great things. I am doing great things in the present tense. I'm doing great things. It doesn't matter what you think of me. What you think of me is none of my business. And I hope you heal. I hope you heal from whatever hurt you. And you just continue spreading that good, positive energy. Whatever spirits are in them that want to control their actions and take advantage of people, they're not going to be able to live. They're not going to be able to. They're going to snap. They're going to want to bite back at you. But you're going to have that, and you may need to grab on. May need to grab on to your faith, because those are the situations where you can't handle sometimes by yourself. You may think that you're big and tough, and you are, but sometimes if somebody in your immediate family is telling you something that contradicts, I think is the word I was looking for, excuse me. Maybe there's a reason why I said that. But contradicts the image that you're building for yourself, contradicts the reality that you're building for yourself, you need to stop it dead in the tracks, because what they're doing is they're testing you. They're seeing how far they can push you, seeing how many building blocks of evil are you going to allow them to put together and stack together in your mind before you finally knock all of that down and saying that, nah, I'm only using the building blocks of positivity, of faith, love, tranquility to build what I have up here. And that's completely up to you. It's so important that you guys do that. It's so important. It's so important. It's so important. Please do that. Please do that. Because if they see they can push you a little bit, they're going to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and keep pushing, and keep pushing. Don't take it personal. Never take anything personal. Just know that some people are not they're going to align with you. They're going to align with your vibration at some point. But if they start moving funny, if they start moving like they don't really like you, you got to move accordingly. I'm not saying to bite back at them, because if they're down here and you're up here, it's going to take that much energy for you to meet them where they're at with a negative comment, and it's never worth it. Because not only is this person hurting themselves and trying to hurt you, but the moment that you bring yourself down here, you are hurting you more than you think your snappy comment is going to affect them. They're already down here. They don't need any more negativity. That they're bred from that, and they've already made the decision. If you're up here, only converse with people who are up here. Only consume things that are up here. Only be around people who are up here. Because that's what God wants for you. He only wants the best for you. But through free will, we have to make the decisions to raise ourselves up to that standards, raise ourselves up to the occasion, to know you are him, you are her. You are built in God's image. Built in God's image. Do y'all know how intense that is? God said, you know what? I want to create someone who reflects me, that represents me more than the more, more than the actual Bible, more than the words that were transcribed into this book, more than what I told you guys that I wanted you to live by, more than that, more than just living by this book and going to church every Sunday. I created you so that you could fully understand what I'm about. He's not about being perfect. You already are perfect in all of your perfections. So anybody telling you that anything different is a no. I hope you guys enjoyed this energy that I brought forth. I hope you guys enjoyed this knowledge that I brought to you guys. I think it's really important that y'all know that. Like, the journey of self-discovery, it's an everlasting journey. I don't think there's an end to that path. Once you actually want to learn yourself, it's like the red pill. It's the hard one. It's the hard one, but it's better because nobody can tell you anything different. You already know it. You took the time to study. You took the time to study yourself. You already know it. You already know God. Nobody can take that away from you. So, I just wanted to let you guys know what's been on my heart lately and remind you guys that you could do anything. You can be creative. And that's actually what God would like you to do. Use your imagination. Sometimes people, they'll say, I'm not a creative person. That coming out of my lips right now, as an example, it didn't even feel right for me vibrationally. You are always creative because you are always creating your reality, whether you are cognizant and conscious enough to know that. You are always creative. It's just about the way that you go about expressing it. So, I guess I'm preaching today. But I'm through preaching. I don't want to have a whole sermon for y'all. But I believe that what I said was very important. I hope that what I said and the message that I said could meet you where you're at. I know that it will meet the people who are ready for it. And I have the utmost respect and love for everyone out there, no matter what. Until next time, stay positive. Peace and love. Deuces.